Wraeclast Weekly! Hello, welcome back to another video. As you might have noticed, there were no Wraeclast Weeklies in the past 2 weeks because, nothing was happening, basically. Nothing really was happening in the Path of Exile sphere. So, this week I decided to catch you guys up on what I have been doing in Path of Exile. Because even though I haven't been making Wraeclast Weeklies, I still been playing the game. Okay, so as always, topic lists will be on the screen right now. Right. So, as I've only played leagues, right? I always engage with the league mechanic. So, of course, we have Archnemesis League. We talked about the recipes already in previous Wraeclast Weeklies, I think. But what I have been doing is, and you probably guys have been doing the recipes, some recipes as well. There's some really popular recipes, some less popular recipes, some you shouldn't be doing these recipes, which I have been doing. Well, I've done them. Anyway, so yeah, I've been engaging in the lean mechanic, doing some recipes like this map recipe to see if you can farm maybe cheaper way the Guardian maps, because you can get Guardian maps from killing bosses mainly, right? But this map rewards Archnemesis also can give you Guardian maps. And so I thought maybe I will run this recipe that I came up with. And the answer is no. I mean, from the whole sequence, I got like 1 or 2 Guardian maps only. So I would say it wasn't worth it. As you can see, it basically, if you reroll there are not that many rewards or pieces that award you with maps. And if you give extra rerolls, I guess you should go for quantity, but if you go for rerolls, it just gives you unique maps. So that was a bit of a fail. The next recipe, I decided, you know what? Let's check out how Harbinger currency shard rewards work. And as you can see, is basically a worse currency recipe because you kind of have to dilute the rewards. So to get the Harbinger rewards, you want to reroll, just like a currency recipe, you want to reroll the rarity of these shards, but then you're diluting the Trian Horde, you're diluting all the other things. So in the end, they are just, don't do them. They are worse recipes than the ones that work with the pieces that convert all reward types. So I've also been working on Innocence Touch recipes, and because currency is always fun, but the thing is, not only that it's involved recipe, it's really really complicated. You need a lot of moving pieces, and the rewards are there. As you can see, it drops a lot of currency. But the thing is, I don't know if it is just worth it in general. Maybe if you're able to farm up the right pieces in the right places, right? But in my experience, it just takes a long time. It just takes a long time to farm. There are some rarer pieces that you need a few of just to make the Innocence recipe alone. And on top of that, you need to make the remaining pieces to make the sequence work. So, yeah, I mean, I like Archnemesis, but I've kind of stopped doing Archnemesis every map. For Archnemesis in every map. Also, I completed already the endgame grind for it, so I just feel like I'll just keep doing the special recipes or the meme recipes or whatever and enjoy my time with Archnemesis that way. I also find that the inventory is just too small. Precisely because you don't get these rare pieces, but you get a lot of other pieces that you then can't make into recipes, or even if you can make it into recipes, you're saving certain pieces of it for different recipes, and it's just like you're putting a bunch of random pieces in. I don't know. So yeah, I've just been making sequences at this point, some custom Archnemesis recipes. But yeah, speaking of endgame grinds, let's talk about challenges in Archnemesis League. Right, so as you know, I like doing challenges. As you can see behind me, here, there. I love doing challenges. It's one of those things that motivate me the most playing Path of Exile. I might just be kind of unfairly biased this league, but I feel like challenges this league are super easy. Like, I barely had to try to get 36. Like, so little. I just played the game and I feel like I got to like 36 so easy. Maybe I just had to look up, oh yeah, I might do this thing and that thing, and then I do it. Barely had to go out of my way to do it. And I compare to other leagues, the biggest standout is actually the boss conditional challenges. Like, if you remember, so yeah, Expedition League is the biggest example that I can remember in the past in terms of challenges, because Expedition League introduced 4 different bosses, and each of these bosses had 4 conditionals associated with each of these bosses, right? Right now, and they were quite tricky, if I remember correctly. They were quite tricky. They weren't like that super face roll, or maybe it just was my build, but I don't remember it being that super face roll. I remember it being a bit tricky to complete. And so this league, we only really have 2 conditionals for each boss, and one of those conditionals is not even anything to do with the mechanics of the boss. It's just because you can roll these invitations, so to make the encounter harder, you just have to complete it. You don't have to avoid. There's only one boss mechanic that you have to avoid. So I feel like that is already a big easiness factor. I don't know. It makes the challenges feel very easy, because you don't have these like have to do these intricate boss fights. You can't be hit by anything. You avoid this and that, and on top of that, the new bosses are kind of squishy. If you just do them plain, they are about half as much life as Shaper, and Shaper is not particularly hard, right? But they're half as much life as Shaper, and you don't really kind of need to engage with it. I don't know. My build is really, really good for killing these new bosses, or any boss in that matter. Like, all the bosses are easy for my Skelly mages. But it's just like they didn't add much challenges to the bosses, or like conditionals to the bosses, right? And so because of that, I've already gotten 37 challenges. I mean, it's already the 5th or 6th week. 5th week of the 6th week of the league, I think. So it's not like I'm going at the speed of the light here, but for me, being so close to 40-40, and I already have completed endgame grinds, one of the endgame grinds, and also the endgame grinds seem quite achievable for somebody that wouldn't necessarily like bossing itself. I mean, I don't know, do we consider Elder and Shaper, Elder Slayer, Guardian maps to be bossing? Maybe. But then again, you have, if you weren't doing those bosses, you still had 4 other different endgame grinds to complete that you can't do, without doing any bosses whatsoever. So the only bossing challenges that you really have is that one where you have to do like Owl and stuff like that. And then the 2 other challenges for 4 bosses. 2 challenges for 4 boss conditionals, and they are barely conditionals. And you can do them on the, like Magic or White version. So, I don't know. If this is not the league where you get 40-40, I don't know what is. Let me know what you guys think. Are you doing challenges this league? Do you think it's worth it? Also, they have added extra rewards here, right? So we have extra rewards. I'm almost there, right? So yeah, I don't know. What you guys think? Are you gonna be doing 40-40? Gonna go for 38? Chilling? Don't care about challenges. Don't care about empty X's. Don't use them even. Who cares? Right? Anyways, so those are my 2 cents. I will, of course, complete 40-40. I find it very easy for this league. I'm pretty much on my way to completing them soon, TM. No, but like, really, as you can see, I mean, I just have to keep mapping, and I have it in the bag. now that we talked about the challenges and the new boss challenges, let's talk about bossing. So last week I spent the whole week doing a bunch of guardian maps, killing a bunch of mavens, elders, uber elders, shapers, cyruses, and the fire boys. Right, I've been farming the fire boy, and I find. Again, this might be my personal experience because I'm playing like super meta build that is really good at bossing. So, but I find, as I said before, like the new bosses are super squishy. They're just so easy. I don't know, is this like a tactic from GGG to get more people into bossing? Maybe. Or just because they are tied in now in the quest sequence, do they want the basic version of it to be easy enough that most people could complete it? Maybe. But they're very easy. Granted, because they're so easy, there's not a lot of rewards. Like I've had times when my filter doesn't show anything from the boss drops. And that it feels a bit sad. But on the other hand, I mean, there are really, really good, like for example, the necklaces, right? Well, the jewels are another story, right? The jewels are another story. They're great. I love the idea of the jewels. They're super rare, expensive for like, really desirable nodes, but they are great. But like the one that is really a standout boss drop that is actually beloved by many, many people. And when I mean many, many people, like if you go to PoE Ninja, right, and look at the builds, 27% of all characters that are being tracked there are using one of the 2 new amulets. 27%. That's crazy. That's a lot of characters. And the 2 characters I've made this league so far also are using Ashes of the Stars. It's my favorite. I mean, I've heard Omniscience is really, really great. It's OP, powerful, right? But Ashes just lets you engage with the alternate quality gems in a way that wasn't possible before, I guess, or maybe it wasn't possible to same extent. But yeah, I love it. I love my meme build loves it. My Skelly Mage build also loves it. The reduced reservation is just like a cherry on top of the cake, considering, how they changed the reservation, blah, blah, blah. It's just a great amulet. Would it get nerfed? Maybe the drop rates might get nerfed, because it's really, really good. I hope that they don't nerf the item itself, but they just nerf the drop rates. Or just make the boss harder. I don't know how we're gonna go in the next, what's gonna happen with the endgame next league. Well, not a lot of things gonna happen because it's not gonna be an endgame expansion or whatever. But they might tweak the boss's lives because boss is kind of squishy. But maybe it's just my personal experience, my personal build experience. Speaking this league, by the way, I would totally recommend you to play Skelly Mages. Yeah, I have a video about it. It's really great, super easy. Super strong, probably not very expensive right now even. So yeah, I have made since that video, I have made some pricey upgrades because it was worth investing into that character. It's it's just so good. But yeah, new bosses, pretty squishy compared to other bosses. Drops, amazing, awesome drops. The necklaces, the jewels. The rest of the drops are, not sure. Not sure I've seen much enthusiasm after they nerfed those gloves, but yeah. And the last thing we're gonna talk about is the talent competition. As you might have seen, there is more or less one of these kind of competitions, or like creative competitions every league, I think. I think it's more or less every league. So, 4 times a year you have a chance to win something with your artistic endeavors. But this time around, this is not an art competition, this is talent competition. As you can see, you can do anything Path of Exile related, like baking, cosplaying, whatever, right? And I don't know if I'm gonna participate. There's still 2 weeks. It goes until the 28th of March. So there's still 2 weeks time to make something. And I don't know if I will make something. Whether like Because in the past, I always did like some paper crafting. Some paper crafts, you can see them there. And there is one that is actually completely finished there, but you can't see it. It's whatever. And I don't know. I mean, I'm the kind of person, competitive kind of person, where if I don't win it, I will be very disappointed. But you know, it's just the friends you make along the way kind of thing, right? Kind of. Anyways, so yeah, there's the more, you know, Path of Exile, or the longer Path of Exile exists, the more rewards these kind of competitions get. So, you know, the best time is now to participate. If you are artistically inclined, well, also which is also baking, right? Maybe you have a art of baking in your genes or in your skill set. Then you can make something and win some cool prizes. I mean, there's actually physical prizes also, so really cool. Love this idea, this concept, the whole thing. I love it. Just it's the best thing ever. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna participate, but I should just get off my, you know, being disappointed horse and get on it. But yeah, it's really great. Let me know if you're gonna participate or not. But yeah, that's it for this week's Wraeclast Weekly. Again, there wasn't much that much to talk about. Maybe, you know, maybe next week brings something else. Probably not. Maybe I'll just keep talking about what I'm doing until I stop playing PoE for this league. Who knows? We'll see. If you got this far, let me know if you will participate in the talent competition, or if you have already submitted something, share it with us. And bye, bye, bye.